Hey guys, what is up? It's Zillion Frogs back again with another Transformer video review. This time we're going to take a look at Legacy United TigerHawk. Now, TigerHawk, of course, comes from the latter half of the Beast Wars era, and by then they're doing a thing called Transmetal 2, which is the best way to describe it. It is weird, asymmetric, and based on excess. There's a lot of stuff going on in the designs, but I love it. I honestly do, especially with TigerHawk here, which looks pretty accurate to both his toy back in the original days and the Beast Wars cartoon. They did take a little bit more of an actual cartoon approach and things, but you can still see some of the toy come out, obviously, because it is a toy. But yeah, I mean, he's a great looking figure, especially in beast mode. You got these big large wings, you got this Nike, it's a tiger, sure, and yeah, of course, TigerHawk, hawk wings, hawk feet, got tiger feet up in here. It's really nice. Now, of course, I said asymmetric, and you can see there are some asymmetric bits, like the claws, the back legs right here. So you can see they're also not the same. One's more mechanical, one's much more organic. And this is kind of the thing, is fusing the techno to the organic bits. Now, he doesn't really do much in this mode. Posability, head pretty much just go up and down in this mode. Of course, mouth can open, ratchet it, rotate over at the front arms, you can move it out, separate joint. Because of this, it kind of limits, well, the swivel here, but you can adjust it, and then you can have a little tilt and up and down. And then back legs, you just get a hinge, and then a ball joint right here. Now, of course, probably the main part you can see is the wings. The wings are massive and pretty hefty. They also carry some stuff. Let's see if I can get a better adjustment. The wings here, you get a little hinge here at the base, you get a hinge separation from the big cannons, which can fold out like that to form larger cannons, is like the here, which I think is really cool. And of course, you have a swivel, so you can spread the wings, and he can look even more majestic than he already does. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the TigerHawk beast mode. I'm gonna do something different. I'm showing you the transformation. I'm just gonna be doing it and probably giving some pointers on the way. There's no need to really do a step-by-step, Now, there's one thing on my copy that I'll talk more in the robot mode, but this ratchet, sadly, has given up on me, which is really sad, but what can you do? Well, I'll talk about more in the robot mode, but there are some things I can do, and you can too, if it ever breaks on you. As you can see, this guy is he kind of just explode him out in all its different little pieces. And then after you have them exploded, just kind of rearrange the pieces back in a different order. He is very strange, but honestly, I like the transformation. It was definitely an experience when I first got the figure and trying to learn, because I didn't expect this many moving pieces flipping around and then just going to complete opposite sides than where they were in the other mode. This head right there. I don't know if you can see that, but there is, get the freaking wing out of the way. There is a peg right there, and there's a peg hole right above the hinge. Just make sure you get that locked in so that's not totally falling out. Holding that, get them situated, and here we have TigerHawk and his robot mode. And honestly, his robot mode I love even more. His robot mode is super sick to me. He looks powerful, he looks imposing. The Transmetal 2 I think comes out even more in his robot mode, because you just get even more, you know, asymmetric detail. So you can see that his arms are different right there. I mean, of course, shoulders are different just because of where they are. One has the nice beast head, which honestly is a lot more posable as a shoulder than it is as a head, which is funny. And the other one has this nice clear kind of shoulder pad. I mean, throughout the figure, even his feet down here, you know, are different ones, a lot more robotic in shaping, and the one's a lot more organic, which must be really uncomfortable for him to walk, but it's all right. But yeah, overall look of this guy I think is on point. The colors, the nice pure like pearlescent white, the kind of brass shiny, you know, metal with the nice deep purple, and then bits of course the translucent green just work so well for this figure. I love it. Yeah, head sculpt. I mean, we all know that the modern day figures have been killing their head sculpt. I got the figure. He is no different. I mean, asymmetric, just like that Beast Wars second. Sorry, not Beast Wars second, but Transmetal 2. Nice green visor, just nice sharper teeth, you know, scowling. It's just so sick. Now, of course, as I said before during the transformation, my copy, and this wasn't like this out of the box, but it has a major flaw, a major QC issue, and I've heard around in the forums that this was also something for a lot of other people's copies, but this ratchet joint on this leg, on this hip, it just completely failed. So you hear this one, you know, nice and loud, you know, keeps in place where you put it. Not this guy anymore. This is completely loosey-goosey, and it's not too loose where it can't be like manageable, but it's loose enough that I really have to worry about actually his balance, because at least he's standing up right now, because he's in the normal, well, he was standing up, but that's the main issue, that because of, you know, the massive backpack of the wings and the cannons, he just kind of falls. Speaking of the massive wings. I mean, they look amazing still. You know, you can still splay them, you can still maneuver them. He also holds a bunch of accessories. Main one has been, get that out, these nice feather swords that you can just place in his hands. Come on both sides. If I can get it out. Ugh, they're a little tough, but once you get them out, they are so nice. Really fits the nice, you know, kind of winged warrior aesthetic he has going on, and as well as you can still flip up, you know, the big old cannons as well, but you can also remove them. They're just on 5mm ports. And if you can take this guy out, which is also just a nice shoulder and gun assembly, you can replace it right there or wherever 5mm ports are. So he actually comes loaded with weapons, and I really enjoy that because it gives a lot of play to this figure of what you want him to hold, what you want it to do. It's just really nice. So yeah, great look, great accessories, posability. I mean, you got ball joint at the head, and then if you can splay out the wings, kind of get them back, you get a full 360 on both of his arms. There's a nice swivel just below that, about just over a 90-degree bend. Sadly, no wrist articulation. And you got a nice swivel at the waist. If you move up his skirt, his little flap, ratchet, should be a ratchet. I'm gonna fix that, so I might get some joint tightener to see. I mean, not totally fix the ratchet. I think this might be a cheap one that just kind of broke. Sad. But if I can tighten up at least that hinge, it'd be nice. But swivel just below. Get a nice spread. A nice, pretty deep bend at his knee, and of course, an ankle pivot right there. So yeah, posability on this guy as well is great. So you can get him some just really nice like swordsman or just action poses in general. But yeah, that has been the look at Legacy United TigerHawk. Do I recommend you pick this figure up? Absolutely. I mean, I got this figure I think for about $50 up on Amazon, US pricing, and I'd say he's absolutely worth it. This is an amazing leader class and just an amazing figure to have in your collection. Even if you don't like Beast Wars the Second, I think, or sorry, Transmetal 2 designs from Beast Wars, I think you'd still enjoy this figure just because of how much play and fun you can get out of it. So yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. This has been Zillion Frogs. Asking you to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.